I'd like to welcome everybody to the April 25th, 2024 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here.
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 Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No, sir.
Number 4, approval of the minutes of the meeting of April 18th, 2024.
Motion to approve those minutes.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 5, bid openings. I don't see any. Number 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Nothing? Moving on to correspondence. Letter A, correspondence received from Dean Button recommending the approval of the J.F. Mahoney reconstruction change order number 3 in the amount of $1,597.12 with Milestone Contractors North.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
And Mr. Button is not attending today. He is going to Indianapolis to receive a Construction Engineering Excellence Award for Chicago Avenue, first and second phase. So
Good for him. He deserves it.
yeah, absolutely. We're excited about it. So I know he's zooming in here, so hi, Dean. This is just a change order that came in after the fact, after we did a closeout change order of a negative. It was something that was lost in transaction, so it came in after the fact we closed the project. So I would recommend approval.
Okay.
Motion to approve as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, correspondence received from Dean Button recommending the approval of the Florida Avenue construction project, change order number 1, in the amount of negative $52,077.10 with Nees Engineering.
This is another project done by Nice Engineering, Chris Moore, which is in the back. And actually, that's a negative change order from the contract price, so we actually like negative change orders. We save money.
We definitely do, yes.
I would recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter C, correspondence received from Jeffrey Long, Assistant Chief of Police, recommending the approval of a disciplinary matter submitted for approval.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter D, correspondence received from Dean Button, submitting a request from Reith Riley requesting the approval to close the east approach of Russell Street starting April 26, 2024.
Yes, they are planning on working on an east approach. There is a letter attached that states if they are not working out there, it seems like they've been lacking on some work, getting out there and getting the project done. So it's going to be contingent upon them working today, tomorrow, and Saturday, supposedly. So I would recommend approval of that, contingent upon that. Dean and I will take care of any actions that's necessary to rough them up.
Yeah, they said they've attached a detour route also, so.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I think I just heard a threat, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Letter E, correspondence received from Milestone requesting for soft closure for the Marble Street project, which is a dead-end street and will close off at Wabash Avenue starting May 6, 2024 for approximately 1 month, submitted for approval.
That's a project that the city is funding, I believe with the developer. It was in the development agreement, so it's a soft closure. Trucks, there's not too many businesses there, so trucks, any other individuals that need to go there to go to work or so forth. I guess there's a junkyard. They will be able to get to work without any issues. So I would recommend approval.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter F, correspondence received from Ron Novak requesting the approval of the proposed license agreement renewal with Kennedy Golo and its representative SES Environmental for the property located at 7305 Kennedy Avenue, submitted for approval.
This
Mr.
is a
Novak.
continuation agreement. The only difference is they're going to be continuing to sample out there, but they have a new consultant. It went to Eagle, to SES, so this is bringing it all up to date. But these things take years to resolve out there, so this is a continuation. We'd like to have it approved.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter G, correspondence received from Eileen Ibarra, Special Events Coordinator, requesting permission to hold a commercial fireworks display on July 19th, 2024, and July 20th, 2024, at the annual Festival of the Lakes on the island of Wolf Lake Memorial Park, beginning at 10:30 to 11 p.m. with Mad Bomber Fireworks production as vendor.
Good morning to the board,
Morning.
Mr. President. As you know, the Port Authority recently requested something similar. This is just the request of the Board of Works for the annual event fireworks event at Festival of the Lakes. Request its approval.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter H, correspondence received from Eileen Ibarra, Special Events Coordinator, requesting permission to close thoroughfares for the duration of the 2024 Festival of the Lakes from Wednesday, July 17th, 2024 through Sunday, July 21st, 2024. Times may vary with streets and routes attached.
Same request.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Number 8, matters from board members.
No, sir. Mr. President.
Okay, number 9, moving on to new business. Letter A, Air Quality Monitoring Station, license agreement with PB Products North America Incorporated, submitted for approval.
This is part of a federal consent decree with BP. They're required to put monitors into the community. They right now have them along their fence line. The consent decree requires them to go into the neighborhood to provide information outside of the fence line for the residents. Since it's a federal consent decree and US EPA has approved the locations, it's good information, not the best, but good information for us to have and to be in cooperation with the federal US EPA. So I recommend approval.
Thank you, Ron.
Motion to approve.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter B, agreement to rehabilitate property at 6333 Garfield Avenue, submitted for approval.
Good morning to the board. You should have signatures from the owner. The woman who is the owner has been here several times before you. I believe, as you know, she is going through divorce. She's trying to fix the place up. And we'd request, if she signed it, I believe it has been
It
signed.
might have been electronically signed. It doesn't have a hand signature.
Okay. Good? Electronically
Yeah,
signed, so
yeah,
we're good.
yeah.
The expiration date should be on page 1 at the top.
Yeah, June 8th.
Could we have a status date right around that time?
Or you wanna wait till the
The
13th?
6th or the 13th, before or after?
Let's go, okay, and I won't be here the 13th, so could we do the
20th?
20th?
Okay. Motion to set this matter for status for June 20th, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter C, right-of-way permits. Looks like there's 2 of them received from engineering, submitted for approval.
Yes, we have 2 permits, one from Cellular Plumbing for a water line connection on Summer Street, east of the Boulevard, south side. And we have a project going there, the community crossing, so they wanted to get it done rather quickly, so it should be completed in the next 2 days or so. And the other one is from Passion, Hammond, Michigan, the bridge over there with the lane restriction, just for touching up on the paint for the bridge. When they lifted it, they had to touch some paint up. So I would recommend approval.
Mark, just a question.
Yes,
I
sir.
see the Holman in Michigan, but the other one you said Summer, it's listed as 416 Sibley Street.
It's Sibley Street, yes.
Okay, not Summer.
Not Summer, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter D, garage sale permits, submitted for approval.
I just want to check, you know that last year we had that issue with 165th Street? I know that they had one last week. I got a
did.
call on it. So I just want to make sure we're kind of monitoring that.
We check, we
area, 400, 500.
specifically look for that one
Right.
every time, yes.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Motion to approve those permits.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter E, request for rental registration hearing, submitted for approval.
Motion to set that matter for status for May 30th, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter F, notice of violation hearing on property located 983 Reese Street. How you doing?
Property was inspected on March 7th, 2024. The property was rented out to a tenant, but since then, the tenant has been evicted by the owner, and the owner is going to be occupying the property as his main residence, and he has agreed to remove the rear unit and occupy the property as a single-family home. So we ask the board to affirm the removal order.
Yep.
Motion to affirm.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 10, old business, letter A, Michigan and Kennedy Road closure.
Good morning, Board.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm sure you would like a status update on what's going on.
We would very much like one.
There have been numerous delays in this project, including one of them by the folks at NDOT. Michigan Street, as we know, is a state highway. Our contractor prematurely put up signage to say the road's going to be closed. NDOT took offense to the premature signage and has delayed us for a couple of weeks. We know and we understand this is not going to be an easy closure for anyone. It's going to affect, on Michigan Street, roughly 14,000 vehicles that travel east and west between Klein Avenue and the Boulevard. We also feel, though, that this Kennedy Avenue project needs to be done. There's a pipe leaking under the railroad tracks just west of the pump station, and we don't want any issues with any of the rail lines in there. Kennedy's also going to have to be closed when they dig the holes in order to pull the pipe through. So it's extensive. It's not going to be very popular. We're not going to be people well-liked for a number of weeks, and we're not exactly sure how long that's going to take place. We're hoping to keep the closures at a minimum, and we're looking at a lot of different alternatives in order to try to keep Michigan open. We know Kennedy's going to have to be closed, but we're trying to look at every alternative to keep Michigan open. And we challenged our consultants and our engineers and our contractors to do the same, which might, if we have to go back to NDOT, may delay the project a little bit, but we're willing to try to do that so we can keep traffic open. We know there's a number of businesses, a lot of folks use Michigan to come off of Klein to come into Hammond.
So, Mr. President, I guess I want to speak today on behalf of the administration, and the issue really from the mayor's office is that he has a considerable concern that he's voiced to the sanitary district. So I know that Mr. Krasinski is aware of that, about closing down Michigan and Kennedy for a substantial period of time. I think what I request the board to do today would be to rescind its approval of the 10-week closure and allow Mr. Krasinski to come back once he's met with his consultants and have a new request to the board. That way we can both let the mayor know that, you know, this is still kind of in flux. And then that way it allows the sanitary district to meet with its consultants, to meet with NDOT, to have our city engineer here at the same time, and to kind of have a discussion with the board to determine what the best and most efficient closure is, so that both first responders and just the traveling public know what to expect.
Okay.
With that in mind, I'd like everyone to know and understand one of our contractors, Blue Tank, is coming up, and they will be starting to construct the bypass piping that has to take place from the pump station, but they will not be on the roadway. They'll be on either a Buckeye property or sanitary district pump station property as they begin to construct the pipe.
Okay.
So we're not going to be affecting any traffic, but there will be activity regarding this. So when everything is cleared up and we can then get the okay from all of you and from the mayor, then we'll be able to proceed.
Okay.
Mylan, what's a good date to set over for status for you before this board?
2 weeks?
Okay.
May 2nd? Or
Yes.
May 9th?
The second is next week already.
Yeah,
So that's only a week.
So May
Okay, so
9th.
May 9th.
May 9th, that's
Yeah.
good?
Jeff?
Okay.
May 9th? Yeah, May 9th would be great. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay,
Kevin, thank you.
Yeah.
Board, thank you.
you're welcome.
So I'd like to make a a motion to rescind our previous approval for the 10-week closure for Michigan and Kennedy and set the matter for status for May 9th, 2024.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving on to letter B, gas station status for 6845 Indianapolis Boulevard.
All right, I know I saw Mr. Singh here. I don't know if Mr. Novak's up here yet. I just want to see these. Okay. Just to set the record, as you know, Mr. Singh's been here twice now since our letter to him of March 21st, 2024, indicating that he is not in compliance with the findings and order of this board from last year regarding his exception to the to the midnight to 5 a.m. closure ordinance. He has, I know that Mr. Novak, and I think members of the board have actually gone and looked in to see if there's been some progress. And so I think there has been some progress, which is great news. I'll let Mr. Singh address that. However, I know that Mr. Novak, if he's coming up, he'll have some more information. So I guess we can, unless the board has any questions for me, allow Mr. Singh to update the board.
No, we'd like the owner, if the owner could step up here also. Yes, I'm actually, I drove past there the other day, and I was
What's it looking like?
very happy with all the work that was being done.
Thank
I
you.
seen the fence was painted, you were
Yes.
painting the back of the building, there was a lot of stuff going on. Looked like you moved some more signage from the windows. So I'd like to hear what Tom has to say, but,
Yeah, actually, Mr. Farrell, he's on his way up? On his way up. So if we want to pass this and then wait for he's got some new photos. They do show progress.
okay.
But I guess Mr. Novak's on his way up. He was on a call.
Okay, gentlemen, we're gonna go a couple of things past, we'll come back to you, okay?
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, no, no
Give us
problem.
1 minute, okay? Okay, so letter C, status for 944 State.
So this was, as the board knows, it was up for status. It's a self-demo. It actually was self-demoed, which is good news. Mr. Luter has indicated that the sewer cap was just done yesterday. Probably needs another week, but I don't think there's any reason for this board to have to set it over for status. We'll inform Linda when the order to rescind's ready, and then maybe we can put that on the calendar.
There's just one thing with that property. The proximity of a sidewalk on the west and a driveway on the east, both myself, Chief of Inspections Kearney, and Commissioner Vail were by there yesterday to take a look at it, and the decision was made to allow them to keep the east and west foundation walls in place at risk of caving in the adjoining sidewalk and driveway.
How big of a lot is it, Bill?
I'm not 100% sure what size the lot is. off the
Oh, it's a
top of my head.
25, okay.
Yeah,
So-
it's little.
Yeah, it's a very narrow lot.
Okay, so until we get, there's no action required today?
No, there's
then?
no action required, because they'll have to call the final, and it might be next week for their finished filling in the hole and grading and seeding.
Gotcha. Okay. Then moving on to letter D, status for 6349 through 51 Jefferson Avenue.
And I believe Mr. Kimball's daughter is on Zoom.
Yes, I see her.
So this was, just again, setting the record. We set this over for status after April 4th. Mr. Kimball's daughter indicated that at that time she was going to kind of think about whether it was going to be a situation that she could financially afford the rehab or if she was going to go ahead and try to put it on the market herself and sell the property. So we'll leave it up to her. She's on Zoom. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you guys give us an idea of where you're at with everything?
I met with 3 investors. We went with Dynasty Real Estate and Property Solutions. I sent them the email from you guys that you sent me with the contract on it. I don't know if they have sent anything to you guys. We are in the process with the lawyers of doing the estate and trying to get everything situated because it wasn't, my dad didn't have a will. So they're working on it, and we went into an agreement. We signed an agreement with them, or I did. I'm just working on that. If you could just give me some more time, and I will have everything taken care of, because
So-
that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go.
Great. So just a couple questions. Is the agreement for sale of the property?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
in other words, once you get the estate squared away, you'll be able to sign a personal representative's deed or whoever the personal representative is of your dad's estate over to them, and then the cash will flow into the estate, and then you'll distribute it pursuant to the estate. Is that the idea? Do you have siblings? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I have two siblings and they didn't even want to give me their social security numbers to do the social security stuff. My sister doesn't want to fight me. My brother's all the way in Washington, D.C., so I can't even talk to him. So the lawyer suggested that we go into an estate, and this company is taking care of all the paperwork and getting it all rolling so that we can get it forward. So
Okay.
if I could just get some more time, then I'm sure that it will be resolved in a few weeks.
So could you please make sure that you email, I think you're probably in contact with Mr. Luter.
Yeah, I do
If
have
you
an
could
email.
please email him, once the estate is opened, you'll get a cause number. If you could make sure we get that cause number of the estate when it's opened in court, that way we can kind of follow along. And then
Okay.
I don't have any objection to,
You don't either?
a 60-day
Wanna do that
to
next
allow
week?
her to get this thing squared away. And I would just ask her to make sure that she keeps the outside cut and, trimmed up and everything so that the city doesn't have to do it.
Okay.
Does June 27th work, or was that?
That's fine, I'll be here.
Ma'am, does that work for you, June 27th?
That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay.
Motion to set the matter for status for June 27th, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, we're going to take care of letter E, and then we'll go back to letter B. Letter E, late business license hearing for DGB Auto Sales, 5850 Holman Avenue. They here, do you know?
Are they here?
5850 Holman?
This should be quick, okay?
Okay.
So, good morning, Board. Based on Mr. Farrell's notes for the business license, this property has had a business license from 2005 to 2013. But based on the fact that they are not here today, we would ask that the Board impose the late fee for 2024.
You said 2013?
No, 2005 to 2023.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, yep.
Motion to approve the late fee for DGB Auto Sales.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I see, is Tom step in and out? Oh, Tom, there's, okay. Okay, we're going to go back to letter B, gas station status, 6845 Indianapolis Boulevard.
My apologies to the board today.
That's okay. Tom, you weren't here, I did mention that I drove past the other day.
Okay.
And I seen a bunch of work being done, including painting the fence, the back of the building, lots of stuff being done. So we'd like
Yes.
to get an update from you.
Okay, yeah. So like you said, I mean, clearly just the paint on the fence and the building went a long way, I think. I think they fixed, some of the soffit holes and things like that we were talking about. Obviously, I mean, there's certain little items like, the outlet on the outside should be replaced with, GFCI and a cover on and stuff, but I understand that couldn't get done in a week. I did speak with Jeff Brandt. Jeff Brandt is a property manager and developer around here, and, he did work at 403 Gosselin. He's working with 7360 in Indianapolis, and now he's working with them. They're looking for, not to tear down the building, but to do an intense remodel, and he's currently getting pricing from different architects. He's working with 3 different ones. And so that is, so by, hopefully this summer, hopefully we can have plans in the next couple months, I don't know, 30 to 60 days, and we can see even more improvements, but
So
I guess it's a pleasure, the board,
The question I'd have for Mr. Novak is, is it in a situation where you believe that they're substantially in compliance with the order that was issued by the board in November?
I think substantially more in compliance than they were for sure. Still
Okay.
could see some improvements, but those are, I'm sure, being planned for.
So if there are more things to be completed, you'll be in contact with them and let them know what that is?
Yeah, so, well, once we get the plans from Jeff, we'll see what exactly they're planning and if it will handle the items that were brought up to them. I assume that most of it will because it's, going to be a facelift for the building and an interior redo. So once we get the plans, we'll go over them in city planning and building department will go over them as well, and we'll get back to them with feedback. And if there are things that still aren't handled by this, we'll talk with them. So.
Okay, so on the city's behalf, we're okay with that?
I'm satisfied with Mr. Novak's report. I appreciate Mr. Singh, hopping on this stuff. It took a little bit of time. I think he understands the importance of getting these things done timely. And just a reminder, to Mr. Singh and everybody that has an exception, it's an annual application. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to have a big hearing like we did before, right? But there is an annual application. I believe his hearing was in early November, so that means by early September, you're supposed to apply within 60 days for the next year. So by end of August, make sure you send a letter to the Board of Public Works through Linda that you want that want that exception again. And then if we need to have a hearing, we'll have it, or an update or a quick status or something. But I don't think there's any reason to set this on for another status right now.
Okay, well, I can only speak for me. I want the gas stations to come in compliance. I also want them to continue to make repairs. I mean, I don't want you to ever be satisfied with things. So I appreciate what you've done already. If there are other things to do, I would appreciate if you would knock those out. And then, whatever you're going to do with the remodel, that would be great also, so.
Okay, yeah. If it's been like 60, over 30 to 60 days and I haven't seen any plans or anything, we can always call this back in front of the board if things fall through.
Okay.
So.
Do we need to set a status for 60 days? Just-
No, I'm just saying, I'll let the board know if we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
Thank
No
you.
action.
That's it? Thank
Yep,
you.
we're good. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, number 11, the meeting's now open to the public. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say?
Chris?
Okay. Then
Tendentiousness today. It's great. Motion to adjourn.
I second that.
all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.